8:54, welcome back everybody. I want to introduce you to a lady who's had a lot of impact on her community in a great way. Sylvie Manser is here. You are the executive director of the Banff Community House. You're from a neighborhood called Banff Ledbury, right?
That's right.
And earlier this week, I want to congratulate you, first of all.
Thank you.
Because for Crime Prevention Week, you received an award, right?
I did.
What was the award?
It was a Community Safety Leader Award,
Right.
And it was a part of Crime Prevention Ottawa.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's nice.
What kind of work have you and others been doing in your community? What have you been up to?
I think my main role is to help facilitate group meetings with residents so that they can be empowered and make change happen in their neighborhoods.
Be informed?
Yeah.
Isn't that part of the biggest issue, I think, in a lot of neighborhoods, is that people just aren't informed about what's going on around them?
I think engaging them to get involved is important, and I think it's also important to show that to the public as well.
Yeah, it's not easy to do. Get
No.
people engaged in a neighborhood and get them to support the initiatives that are going on in the area that affects them. But once they get in there, I think that that really gets them going.
They can make great changes.
Yeah. Now, your community, Banff Ledbury, is what is it? A housing. Social
housing. Yeah.
Social housing. Mm-hmm. So it automatically has a connotation, a reputation, a stereotype, doesn't it?
It definitely does, and that's why I like to be able to celebrate that it's not just about the negative connotations that come with social housing. There's a lot of misconceptions out there, and I think leaders and partners across the city are getting the message out there.
Yeah, because social housing doesn't necessarily mean it's a shady neighborhood. And
Correct.
That's immediately what comes to mind to a lot of people, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know not far from my place there's some social housing, but that doesn't mean that there's anything different about it.
Exactly.
Right? It's a neighborhood.
That's right.
It's the same.
That's right.
And I think yours is even different, and maybe in ways better, because you've taken that step of getting people involved and making sure the word is out there that this is a good place to live.
I think it's the residents that's really made the change. They're very vocal. They stand up for what they believe in, and they ask for support when it's needed, and we build on the assets that are actually in the community. There's lots of assets that people don't know. Diverse communities have a lot to bring to our city of Ottawa.
Absolutely.
And I've seen that.
And by diverse, what do you mean? People from all walks of life, all
Absolutely.
countries around the world?
Yeah. Lots of different cultures. Yeah, and a lot of barriers that people in social housing are faced with.
There's language barriers, there's cultural barriers, there's all kinds. But this is the kind of place on the planet where we should, embrace that and make it work for us rather than work against us.
And I think Ottawa does a pretty good job at that.
Yeah.
Is really making sure that we're embracing it and continuing to share the good stories, because there is so many.
Yeah. I think you should, Sylvia, I think you should share your story, because it's one of those positive messages that comes out of not necessarily such a positive area. Do you know what I mean? Because of the reputation and the stereotyping that goes along with social housing and so on. So I'm glad to get your story out there. That's good.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your award.
Thank you so
It's
much.
nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
I know you're going to keep working hard in your neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. All right, 8:58. Much more. Isn't that nice? There you go. Look at that. That's something to put on your mantelpiece, I'll tell you that. All right, we've got hour number 4 of the program coming up, which features, among other things, toys from Walmart and good times. We'll take that.